Folks, it's Dan French. You guys know me from Propyland. I'm a real estate agent out here in Las Vegas with Blueprint Real Estate Services. And I just want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on out here in Las Vegas. And you guys know I have Propyland. You can go to propyland.com for my YouTube channels. Also, lvcribtours.com. You can go there and subscribe. Hopefully you do if you like the content. Today I'm going to talk about really what's happening in the markets and just give you my understanding or take on what I see with people out there and consumer confidence, and just give you a quick update. So I do know that I was out at New Homes Tracks, which I am a lot. You guys know I'm doing real estate lending. I'm also doing estimations, and I also do home remodeling and also flips. So I know a lot about what's happening in the markets and in what's going on with the housing market right here in Las Vegas and also across the country. So again, if you like the content, please subscribe. Our channel's starting to grow. Hopefully we can get you guys out there and start working for you as a real estate agent. Now, I want to go into what Elon Musk came out and stated. He stated that with what we see in the residential and commercial sectors of banking, we just had Silicon Valley, a bank in Silicon Valley, actually a couple of them fail. And a lot of it, most people don't understand. It was contributed to, where cryptocurrency was attached to these banks, right? And we all know what happened with FTX and how that sent banking industry, or at least some of those banks, into turmoil. So that was in contribution to that. Now, what Elon Musk is stating is that by 2025, we're going to start to see a lot more problems with the banking sector based off of the information we've seen recently. And, it could happen. We don't have, none of us know what's going to happen here in the future. I can just tell you kind of my take on what's going on. I still feel markets here and across the country are still kind of stagnant, right? We've seen updates and people going out. I went to a New Homes track and there was some activity. Granted, there was, they had some type of promotional thing going on. There was a truck out there giving out food. If you guys didn't check that out, check out my last video. We were checking out some ribs, right? So went out there and then, there was still a lot of activity. And what people don't understand is it's really about the market you're in. Las Vegas to me is an outlier of a market because people always want to come here. And a lot of times they're coming from a state that's a lot more expensive and they're putting down a lot of money and they're repositioning. So it's not really affecting them as much. Plus, in contribution to why the markets are starting to kind of creep up here, and people in general in the housing sector are out there trying to look for a house. The weather's better. It's starting to get to that time of season, and rates tick down just a bit. Believe it or not, even a quarter of a point for interest rates is a huge deal for people out there looking to buy a home. So, especially if you're at a $500,000 to $700,000 range of a home, which is the starting price point for any home today. Why is that significant? Well, let's talk about it. I mean, if you have a home that you're putting minimum down payment on at a $500,000 loan, you might be pushing $3,500 to $4,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's a big payment, and I don't, people out there think like, well, we could swing it. I hope you can. Maybe you can. You might need a couple of people though, or at least two households making income to sustain that payment. We also know that the unemployment sector is also, softened, and inflation has stabilized, but it's still high. It's a lot higher than it was. So now you're trying to adjust and all these things. We talk about this all the time. So going over to this, I want to bring this up for you guys. This came out, and it came out where I was talking about Elon Musk. We're going to go over here. When back and forth unfolding, mortgage demand rose 2.9% compared to the week prior to average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed. And this is with loan balances of $726,000. The rate decreased from 6.48 to 6.45, just a small decrease. That's not even a quarter of a point. That's even less than that. That's 3 basis points. Applications rose just a little bit, right? Now, applications for refinances are down year over year, 61%. Who's going to refi, right? I get it. Maybe cash out. Maybe you want to reposition on that. I don't know. Does it make sense to replace a 3% to a 6.5% rate? No, it doesn't. Now, again, the mindset. Here's where it's at. How do you navigate and carve people's perception of the market, and how are they going to get a return? And there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of nuances out there that people really feel that, maybe now's not a good time to buy. It might not be a good time to buy. I can't, that's up to you. That's your family, or that's yourself and your position and rates and whatever. Now, there's good and bad, right? If you came to me and said, Dan, can you give me the pros and cons of buying today and not buying today? I can give you both sides of the coin, right? What it comes down to is the debt you're taking today. Are you comfortable with a payment, and can you sustain the payment? And where is your income? Is your employment strong, right? And I think, or if you do have 2 household incomes, it is a big commitment. It's a huge commitment to people that are living in Las Vegas, and you're trying to upsize or downsize. Maybe not so much downsize, but upsize. Maybe your family's bigger. It's a big thing. Again, a lot of people, where a lot of my business comes from, I'm a relocation real estate agent out here in Las Vegas. That's where it comes from. There's no secret behind it. People got to understand, people are coming from out of state. They're not buying here. And everybody has this misconception. Why do you think all these realtor offices and brokerages are always marketing to realtors outside of the state, trying to get referral fees and trying to, it's because we all know California is a big commodity. 40% of people come here from California. So as you can keep seeing this, many workers are urging employees, to really kind of encourage them to stay focused, right? Stay on task, throughout these nuances. A lot of information. What's the first thing that people do today? They go online. They do a lot of research. And then they're getting this information, this information, this information. Look, you're going to digest all this information of what I give you and everybody else gives you. And at some point, you're going to make a decision based upon how you feel about the process. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you if you can buy a house in this market. Now, I have seen an slight uptick in people buying. Like I said, maybe in contribution to the weather. But is it a good time to buy? Are people still pessimistic? Absolutely. People are pessimistic about going back to work. They want to stay at home, work, and work there and not worry about getting COVID and getting sick. So it's my job to help you out, give you the pros and cons, let you know what's going on in the market out there. And that's what I'm here to do. So if you guys have any questions about the real estate market here in Las Vegas, any questions about the banking sector, really about anything, hit me up, let me know. I'm Dan French. I am with Propyland, also lbcribtours.com. Check us out there. Check us out at propyland.com. I'll see you guys at the next one. I'm out of here. Slayton, let's go.